human reproduction right now for that element in the stuff as everything and do I can think that open that someone work and now and that's going to be feeling like now that but I can show that thing you will call on the being exhausted by the time you find this appearing in that opening up like the then more work sector that like at that point I'm not really remember and that constantly telling given that laptop of the certain area to one like for like even to that case on the outside of the want to work until that pop up case just to come back to the long time like of the level and at that point by 11 would be spent on waiting for bank of outside in that would get just state at that point then remember for like Sullivan like team it's like this like going the flat out which like Sullivan so it's like 11 from behind and like the hitting 11 into like a free flight state to the Manila for like the now kind of and on the especially on the track. So at that point, the progression random of the fall closing behind Hopper, like the now that I noticed. So that way, Hopper getting tracked, the thing like the and one was by 11 of the so that falling to that sleep and state of the attention that by the time you know you're doing much that 11 of the to be in that it's like a lab within the family work. You know that way on in terms of the things or like 11 waking up to that side in front of that 11 as well as and Sullivan like in our event. Yeah, the young friend that's like ensuring at that point that like you know by the time they will be waking up, when you're being like wounded or being like okay, and I feel that state that example that way, like even I'm going to bring forward anything that particular event to be identified like state like particular into example of like state and from that way when being unable to demonstrate the things not that today is like looking on the rest of the at that point I'm developing the relevant not like the starting the selecting of the actual this lecture is not that moving in that way going to learn to about the thing then progressing that thing is element telling trying to get 11 to learn what for learn Sullivan uh, and to capture that question alive that is not used that so then Sullivan making the offer to learn 11 strategy to provide 11 the entire that Sullivan score is as backup to help 11 that stop but now as well as like say pop up as well as holding but in exchange like for that backup particular backup for one current for negative thanks to the intro to like capture but not like for like solid to be along the lines of that the demand that solid that point would be making it to like now is that and solid at that point when they telling me about that to see like even thanks so much to even open up the time the actually that most of war like actually even won't be able to like buy and sell that Sunday different now right now as well as like say government more to be along the lines in that none of like Sullivan most likely like 11 so that might be external so like it's 11 want to like say open or then 11 has no other choice to like join forces with like Sullivan and the like team and agree so that Sullivan demands to be along the lines actually and then we like 11 not so like when at that point agree in front of Sullivan but like they don't really still having this strong intent to like eventually betray Sullivan and two of the is like the back of Lanka was to that to be spread down into that trying to that into not only trying to that but now like that one can or but also to that for elementary doesn't matter to somehow be able to then manage to like one more on taking the same and escape from that from that's what I'm already very uh is that to get off the line will be that means plans and looking at that it will speak of it way that point like the tsunami that that way on the management of to be getting fast beyond that not to plan on board on for the fight stuff is getting captured by right now and hop up that now putting hop up into that kind of situations right next to them already as well right now would be not sitting on in an can state that that I'm like that way when already enough to be one of the game that can stay together like the interaction between that and already happening with that body to be absolutely scared and opportunity for it that have no courage to face body fears and limit to face that situation and during that action that comes when that body reminding of that so much of like Sarah, like on the cloud as like scenario that I'm and the player that will injury by the time uh, injury by the time that one is free of and Holly like a that strong bond to have been formed between that of and Holly by then is next in scenario that to go to the next. So like so that we have to right now that I will import might need to think that some sort of language is accounting basis with like frequencies which might be in order for like 2 years, but that might be audible for solely for like 11 that took about certain in that element that to be high and sharp and center, which might be which might certain that when alone being that get affected by that exact frequency of like super chronic wave might be that maybe the case we must but then we bring that scope that basically the thought day to like capture it and take it away race like now that so like at that point they have to show that point and at that point from the eventually standing close to that the guy wants to for and at that point I put 29 and 40 man like and that why back up there out like it's some game carrying out of six again it's one and capturing pop-up and like taking pop-up team into like the 8% like less than smaller than nine parameter. So suddenly at that point like still 100% not caring about that much method and like then straight away taking 11 away to land that external rather than like the plan going to people now that ability right now rather than so like that later for instance right now that's like even like that now might be trying to find the land to be open that the game because more expanding that one might be that sort of thing that we know that they have fund that now by now it might only by now that they might have maybe send down to the company that is uh that since land can read that land awareness that like for by the around like the land for it that public thing that maybe it might be exploring that agent that basically that like while tapping into like the mind that basically it might be very easier for like now to then open up universities while to the case of that access the mind of that develop like the student like more like at that point the lab but now might need like up like each probably each one like the project like up like probably each targeting each target and up each for each gate like Vietnam might have had like the need to that for cover and might have taken Vietnam and that makes it for like taking Vietnam long enough time in between time in between that Vietnam each of like Vietnam target and like something of each of like Vietnam is uh, in season one might be limited just amount of training within that. In the case of that when the target is like around like the age of that when white Vietnam's target is like around the age of that body land. At that point, like my like remind that the concept might be that uh, like the gaze that individual will get often might be ending up to an even bigger case as well as that like might not need that in that time or else the lack was come before targeting the next target and then in like each of like support targets in like while like target is like around like the age of body might be like the actual difference in at least might be very right. So then the movement is very important right now is that for it doesn't make you look into it now might go and make it a trend to make the team so that it might be only like the house and like the surrounding but area you know that like right now might be also fully same into present experience that the remaining area that beyond like supposed to might be over that the actual reality of that right now might be that what might be beyond like the settling reality. So the actual simulated technology might be what makes it beyond the make it exactly the base of it. So like but yeah, that all is definitely following the rules and staying in like the community of like the area of like the house and like the garden alone and only you know going towards vegetables like you know that I'm doing but like I'm about like and they would be bringing carrot like so bring like carrot uh, um, okay, we bring like bringing carrot like and one black and previously once again label set that carrot is paid away feeling this in his mind to like the trade the rules and set up even so the carrots to be absolutely curious about that what uh about like checking out like the rules like the scenario that so like after like Henry will be leaving so like bring the carrot like and that direct speed away turning on to like check out the like now the better and that's everything in that only going on like only doing that best to like stop that and that the same and that running up to like the woods and only running up that like that to the shop that was like was not there like one lecture and what is that they will do any of and like the book at that point I'm going to bring like different experience of that the house and like data the housing of that more changing to that the darkness of that the fan is going back the entire location you want like is changing into that the that will go kind of like location and the scenario and they are like a one like them that and for it not the same that the true form of that like come on sweat now is the capturing like the next target and bring like the next target that select the process of the whole like the bring that to target from Holly and the to like the world of that is like my word of that like it's like now that them see that often and that one from the like the actually see and yeah then that's basically like at that point it's like it's enough that and like at that point like the most pregnant like straight away importing factor and body find out like like this now that like not straight away that is going down towards what and basically at that point then like that can be transformed from pregnant to like reform like you know that so like at that point after different that the even more strong like this now then at that point like the target like the third target by that like can be down capture and all to that location like to like mind like you know that third target like at that point I'm sort of like an Henry like using steps that is to like for or to like listen to Henry's like now the like at that point the problem that Henry straight away take their away in the puts it there into like the dark areas of kind of the time where that one is like a wide taking capturing that can be defined direct into that one of like the like area not just with the like then it might be that when within that areas of like the family were exact but not minded like another kind of and compare that one straight away not to like only and like shouting out and then it can like and to like only just straight away run back to like also like now that it's so like from that point on also to bring to care that it's like bring that all step is another than yeah that point like can reach although the like the third started to that house and like it's like was not that and at that point would like anything raising the like telling Holly to that basically that like Holly would share along the lines of like Holly would go through like the same situation as character like Holly with the base like entering what to get off the line like to the guiding Holly and like even want to get to catch up like the whole started. There's like just enough that I'm going to be like web on mention or displaying like the third target like without integrating everything up. You can that how and how to like the mind like but land is at that point then falling and like that certain target is not get is there. At that point is when of the screen and not integrating that target the center from back maxing to that location is happening. And with now that so like that way that number made in 19 without actually I'm still remembering that like while right now that for all damage to that 19 back at season 4 like at that point that 19 myself maybe for like maybe connected to version my might have been one and possibly like 19 myself Martin something maybe my job one time because definitely something for like was now helping back in that 19 captivated but still in nothing might be crafted and like 19 my fish might be come to fix like but it's still coming a little bit maybe not to like it might always like it's not quite might not be aware of maybe like it to be the training for some talking training is really matching one direction way and do like eventually ending up in that exact location like how to well like sorry and like the target would be like it's not that way I think from the that point going up like right now I think it's Holly and helping Holly instead of like the target and that together like create the like the scenario that I'm that way into my dimension like maybe it might stay less along like point like maxing might to be we get that but now might be like that with the of like connecting might be the case with the so that you know them to break up for like what might be could be planning of technology like to land not start with creative space but in that certainly stop and they can be way more content like but nothing's like the link to make so that lacks one like the demographic will be gathering and they use getting back bring back to like the chat and word so that at that point for like might and that thing to that will be integrate into like the process lyric to like the created by the demographic lyric to like the fans work and was able to like follow up and chase after like the demographic and that way it was that like chasing after and following after like the demographic and really just towards like following and whatnot to be along the lines of like the plan that I'm going to make sure like my when I'm moving up about the coming up with like this is now that implemented. So that doesn't mean like about like what increase of like Vietnam I don't have also the country that might have been that like now get the like especially that or so that that preference target that not having any other towards like Vietnam might be that two factors not one like that to be able to then like the option even bigger space than this for as well as like to be able to like do it in that with subtraction so that actually have a zero person right now and Vietnam's current plan might see do that earn the process of that body to that the man might feel that it is human instrument that way then it might be one that the process that the target towards level might end up feeling like it's the maximum and that the target would be everything that would be telling them to do willingly. It might be, I don't know, but condition that might be when that right now might be having that absolutely bit of resistance towards like accessing like the psychic powers within that right now started might and basically work right now to be able to like open up the gate of this persistence and it's like maximum efficiency like this might be that the recurring even if they are spending it might be really the actual Henry cells that might have that cell and for like body to those electric might be like that the case definitely not very that definitely Henry plant might be to like play the all of that put on that actual play acting on of that body as like an actual state and so that definitely have to spend that the moment falling of stepping out to let the like and to bring that the entire and it's of like the pleasant of like the house and like areas surrounding the house and two things changing at once like only then reflects the wood like so that's the location turning to like the location of like the battle board the darkness of like the battle board is what I'm just trying to into like only with the and at that point of that's needed to be but now manipulating like the exactly manipulating mind to like create like hold on that can involve and scheme like that mindset it's like a scenario and that way to intimidate only to like that to its maximum and certainly I'm perfect scenarios where like so it's like now like like now certainly having like beyond the world like and then like certainly having like injury ones like but now 1 second where that only gets to a like beyond that beyond the world for that point like with that to like have the fake the camera work and to like stand up to be chasing after like sorry so that at that point to like lose their athletic to like their body to like the maximum at that they like body would be trying to like get away from the turnover with that and they are like at that point for like Henry to like go and create the whole that complete acting of that absolute saver for like body at that way to that earn the maximum of and body might be Henry's plan that we learn it's the new everything right now that right now the speed 11 alone but like century or like that now when might definitely get but that might be one of the two that have some ways and kind of like but that's the thing we never access the stage but you know like you know to like get through like the giant more like at the point that that sonic wave kind of like they might see what might be actually effective to open up and that to giant monster for maybe that access with the things that then so different right now. The final score on that I think is like Vietnam. I'm totally talking of like the involved that made Sullivan's game more than we lose in that device against like Vietnam. So that Then look for like against that now like and the water what we have left then using that device against like the giant damage now injury showing up to land the sort of battle like that showing up along with like by also breaking the giant are more improvements available. So how can we flex better? But we will at that point like sort of at this like that even using that sonic kind of like device as like that after rising even in airplanes as well just flying the stuff well again like the change is that in the sort of side of kind of phenomenon that is